Oh, welcome back to Nolan Knows Podcast with Paul. Week 12, 11 weeks in the books. It's been quite the ride, honestly. A lot of picks out there. Didn't have that good of a week last week. Paul did all right, but on to week 12. Paul, how you doing this week?
Yeah,
We missed you last week.
Yeah, sorry to all the listeners. I wasn't able to make it. Had an emergency appendix removal, appendectomy. I think is what they call it. Real random. Was not expecting it. Went to urgent care Monday morning, and they didn't know shit. So they were like, "Yeah, go to ER to get a CT scan." Waited there for like 4 hours. Got the CT scan. Came back. Appendix got to come out. 90 minutes later, I was in the operating room and stayed night over in the hospital. Recovered last week. The first few days were a little rough, but I'm doing much better now. So here we are. 6-5 last week without an appendix.
How long were you out for? Did they tell you?
45 minutes.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. They didn't even tell me count backwards. Nothing. They put something in the syringe and
it's like an IV in your arm, right? And they like put the drip in. Oh, dude, you just start seeing black, and like it just like
No, I didn't even. I was like totally normal, and then woke up. Like there was no even like fading out. Just I'll tell you what I did not like. They put this when you do the CT scan. They give you like iodine. I think because it's like radiation.
Yeah, it's like a dye. Right?
Yeah, so it is a dye. Yeah. So they put that, and that like allows them to see your organs or whatever. That had me feeling weird. It was quick. It was only like 5-10 minutes, but it did not feel good at all. I fucking hated every second of it.
Do they like inject it in you too?
They inject it. Yeah, it makes you feel. They say it's gonna make you feel warm, which like sure, but then. Like I did, and then it's bad if like you were to have an allergic reaction. I mean, they have like stuff to figure it out, but I swear he put the Narcan. He put the dye in me, and then like I straightened my arm, and you could feel it like start going in, and then I sneezed like 3 times in a row. I was like, dude, am I allergic to this fucking shit?
That would have me freaking out too, though.
And then my nose was like, I don't know, all of a sudden just feeling weird too. It was brutal.
Jesus.
And then one more thing. I forgot to mention this. So this is like Wednesday. 48 hours, not even removed from the surgery. I want to go outside to go grab a coffee just to move around a little bit. I'm moving slow, right? I've been bedridden for like the last day. I walk outside. I'm not even kidding. I take 2 steps from my apartment building. Some lady collapses next to me. Her husband or Christ. Boyfriend or somebody, whoever, is like, call 911, and is kind of like looking at me like, and I'm just kind of standing there frozen because I'm moving super slow. I'm like a little bit.
I don't mean to laugh because it's definitely a serious situation, but Jesus Christ.
She seemed like fine, like she was conscious, but she just collapsed, and he was like, call 911, and like looking at me, and it was very obvious that like why was I not like moving, and I didn't know how to explain the situation, so I just kind of stood there frozen. And then eventually I called 911. They showed up, and I was like, yeah, she's over there. I'm going
to go back inside.
Literally, I was just walking out my coffee. I was like, I'm not able to work through this shit right now.
When he looked at you, you should have pulled the like look over your shoulder type deal. Like, you talking to me, guy?
I think I did, honestly. He was just, it's like, call 911. But there was also this moment where he was just like looking at me like, why am I not rushing over to help pick her up or whatever? And I just stood there frozen. I don't know, dude. But yeah, it was just, I was like, how am I going to explain this to this guy in this moment? So I just stood there, frozen solid.
That's scary shit, though.
Honestly,
then the cops showed up, and then they were like, yeah, you're okay, and then they went
on.
Well,
the cops showed up. She had already been lifted up and like walked away. She seemed like she was fine. So I don't know what the hell was going on.
She's probably on her period.
It was some nonsense. She seemed fine. She was like writhing on the ground in pain, but like on her arm. It was pathetic. She was very like out of shape and whatever.
One of those diabetes.
Maybe.
All right, back to college football.
Yeah.
3-5 last week. I was. Oh, I think it was 3-6 actually. 3-6, 53, 40 overall, 57. Dropped 2 points unfortunately. Paul 6-5 last week. 53, 59 overall, 47%. Making your way back. Hey, did you ever post this on YouTube, man?
No, I didn't.
No, sad.
We had
no John DiArco.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
I looked for it and I saw that you didn't post anything, but you didn't tell me nothing. You just recorded it.
Yeah, it's all right. It was on Spotify. You didn't listen?
No, I didn't.
Oh, damn. I gave you thoughts and prayers, everything.
Oh, damn. Appreciate that. I got it. I honestly, dude, I was very invested in the elections. That was all my listening and podcast stuff going on. So I didn't really listen to much.
Imagine something went wrong and you weren't able to witness the country.
Greatest American comeback story in history.
Exactly. Would have missed out, man.
Yeah. No, that
Called that night
electric.
and everything.
Yeah. Too big to rig.
It might take a week to count everything. It's like, what the fuck? You gotta love it.
Yeah. It's great.
All right. Any noise?
No noise. Like I said, I've been out of it a little bit. I'm getting back into it. I don't even know what this Quinn Ewers DMs are. Take me through
you haven't seen that?
No.
All right, so college football stories, even though I usually have nothing, I got something this week. So Quinn Ewers DMing this chick. And I don't know if she ever responds. She might. On? You're able. What's that?
What gone on?
What the hell's that?
Dude, it's a legendary Beazle message from way back in the day. I won't reveal the name. I'll tell you offline who it was to. But he was working up the courage to, or not even the courage, but he was. We had this whole pep talk about how he was gonna go after somebody. This is years and years and years ago in college, and he fires off a message, and it's instead of what's going on, he went with by mistake, what gong on, G-O-N-G.
Oh, jeez. Did he get the response back?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't think so. No, he definitely did, but I don't think.
That might be worse than kissy, kissy, moi, moi.
Oof, that's a throwback. Jesus, we're just airing it all out now, huh?
Yeah. The best.
So what was Quinn Ewers' DM?
So I don't know if this chick ever really did respond, because I guess you have the ability to delete your messages, but so he rattled off about 10 messages in a row asking for pics. Just one please, just a pic, not even a vid, because I want to see your pussy. And today, Audrey just won. Why though? Why can't you send one? Why though? Just one. Fine, whatever. Booty. Then she responds, okay, sends a photo, and then he says, take it off. And she says, okay, and sends another video.
And then I guess she leaked it.
Yeah, definitely.
Damn.
But like, if you're a starting quarterback, you're about to go to the NFL draft, and you're like begging like that.
I said it last year, dude. Actually, the guy's got no swag. He is not confident at all. He's
there's no mercy out here, man.
Yeah, it's true. I think those days are behind me, but he's got no confidence. Honestly, he's a little bit of a
NFL scouts will look at that and be like, "What the hell is this?"
Not an alpha, dude.
Jesus. All right. College football playoff rankings, second one.
Yeah.
And I don't get it, really, because I see the bracket. In Boise State, they have at 12, but in the rankings, Georgia's 12. So I'm not putting 2 to 2 together.
Boise would be the. So Georgia 12. I think it's reserved
for like one of the group of five teams or whatever.
Yeah. So I get what it is now. I thought that Boise State was ahead of Georgia. They're not. They're 13. The 12th spot is the group of five, the highest ranked group of five champion. So Boise State would qualify for that. So Georgia's on the outs in this one, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I mean, it's obviously going to change.
For sure, it doesn't matter now. But yeah, like if whoever is the highest ranked group of five champion, even if they're unranked, they get the 12th seed. Where it gets weird is if they're within the top 12. I don't think that they like are automatically the 12th seed. Then I think they're just whatever seed they are. So like if they were 10, I think that they're then just 10.
I would love to see them host one. Blue turf.
Yeah.
But I do love the first round.
8 for that, or 5 through 8. I don't know if they're going to be able to climb that high.
I doubt it, but I mean, I do love the first round.
They have a really good resume. Their only loss is to Oregon.
Yeah, and by
who they had a tight game, but they basically had the same.
I'm surprised they're not ranked higher. I mean, you have Ole Miss here. Obviously, they had a big win and stuff.
I mean, Ole Miss, did have a win. I don't know. I think like BYU's undefeated. You can't really say much about them. Miami was undefeated and then lost.
Yeah, how the hell? I guess because they're in the ACC top dog, but still, like, fucking losing to Georgia Tech. Like, Jesus.
Yeah.
But some good matchups. I mean, Ole Miss, Penn State. I mean, obviously, none of this shit matters right now. Notre Dame, Tennessee, and Alabama at Indiana. Boise at Ohio State to lead off. Those are some good games, man. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. On to the next worst segment in the world, Rutgers in Oklahoma. Rutgers. Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, Rutgers did win, and you got the cover on that one, so props to you.
Well, but weren't they dogs? And they outright won?
6-point dogs, yeah. Surprisingly, I mean, Minnesota's a good football team, so I mean, kudos to them. They played a good game. They'll make a bowl, but again, what is that? I don't really give a shit about that. Pinstripe Bowl again. Congrats.
Yep. Russell Athletic.
Yeah. The Bad Boys Mowers Bowl. All right, you want to talk about your catastrophe Sooners?
Yeah.
Did you watch the game?
I did. Not all of it, but I caught the important parts. Yeah, it's bad. It's really, really bad. They are probably going to go 5-7 unless they. I mean, they're not going to beat Alabama. They're on a bye this week, but they're not going to beat Alabama, and they're probably not going to beat LSU. So Brent Venables just got like a vote of confidence from the AD, which is like good and bad. Obviously, that means he's going to be around for next season, but I think next season is make or break. They have a good recruiting class. They got to hit the portal hard. I don't know what we're going to do at quarterback. Honestly, I hope Jackson Arnold stays, I think. It seems like he has talent, and with a better offensive line, maybe he can be something, but
the defense ain't bad.
No, the defense isn't bad, and I'm a big believer in, like, if this team was actually playing for something and had a competent offense to pair with it, they would be playing harder and be even better than they are. But yeah, that game specifically against Missouri, I mean, you get the scoop and score. You got like a minute and 20 seconds to defend the entire field. And Drew Pine drives it on you. Like, come on. The defense really, like, shit the bed there. And then, obviously, the fumble, scoop and score on our side from Jackson Arnold, just unbelievable, honestly. Like,
ugly game.
Ugly game. They weren't moving the ball at all game anyway. It's just, it's bad. It's a completely lost season, and I don't know. We'll give it one more year, and if there's not like a drastic improvement, then I think you have to do a total reset. And in the SEC, we're looking at some potential real problems. We're talking like they could honestly be like how Nebraska is, and just
never
milling
be good
around
again.
Middle of the pack. I mean, eventually, hopefully, but they're still like blue blood program, so I have hope for that. But
the thing about them is too, though, is now it's SEC. and you could they probably have good money that they could throw out if they get rid of Venables, throw out a good coach, and they'll probably land somebody big, which is good for them.
Yeah. They definitely have resources and money. That's not really the problem. It's
no,
and
they
like,
need to recruit better.
The recruiting is actually okay. It's just like they've had top 10 recruiting classes like the last 4 cycles. They have not. They weren't able to develop an offensive line, and I truly believe like, and they had like terrible play callers this year when Levy left, but I really think that like the terrible offensive line torpedoed the entire season. And their top 5 wide receivers getting hurt obviously didn't help either.
Yeah, that's true. They were playing a few games with like nobody.
Literally, their top 5 people out. Like 4 or 5 games they played that way. So I don't know. I think like, you know, that gets figured out. The line, like, pay whoever in the transfer portal that's worth anything. Just stack bodies, get some depth going.
Yeah.
And see what the quarterback situation is. But I'm cautiously optimistic that next year will be a rebound. It can't be worse than this. I mean, they're going to have 1 SEC win, so it can't be worse than that.
Yeah. All right. Recapping Week 10 picks. Friday Night Lights. UCLA hosted Iowa. Turned out to be a good one. UCLA winning outright after being underdogs. UCLA has been playing on very well lately. Honestly, they had a tough schedule all year, and now playing some good ball. Now playing up in Washington, which would be a tough one, but Paul and I both picked that one, picked up wins on that.
Yeah.
Miami took on Georgia Tech. Honestly, Miami's been fooling around with some close games, and it was just bound to happen. A loss was going to come up.
100%.
Yeah, and you took Georgia Tech on that one, so that was a good win on you.
Yeah.
West Virginia played Cincinnati, and I was high on Cincinnati. And, you know, they started off well, scored on the opening drive, get the ball back. And they're driving in the red zone. He throws a fucking pick 6, and it was just downhill from there. It was just awful. And they ended up making a little bit of a comeback at the end, but just couldn't get it done. So, throw Cincinnati in the box. I'm pissed. Navy with a nice bounce back win beats South Florida 28-7. Paulie with a nice win there. Georgia took on Ole Miss, and do you watch this game? This was just like it wasn't even a fucking game.
This was so surprising, honestly. Like Oklahoma played Ole Miss better than Georgia. I don't know how that's possible. They lost 26-14, and Georgia loses 28-10. And Carson Beck
looks like shit.
Looks terrible. I don't quite understand how he's progressed so much.
I wonder if he's just watching like his draft stock just like drop, and he's like fucking like is just like struggling, doesn't know how to like deal with it.
It's possible, I guess. I don't know.
But yeah, he's been playing bad lately, and now they got Tennessee coming up, so they're favored by 10. I mean, we'll get to it, but still, like that boggles my mind.
Dude, by the way, these they need divisions or something in the SEC.
Yeah.
You cannot have 16 teams. There's going to be so many ridiculous tiebreakers.
That's the thing. Like, this is like going to turn into a huge cluster at the end, which I think they're going to fix because I feel like they have to. Because this is going to, I'm going to have to research all these fucking tiebreakers. Like, obviously, it's probably going to be common opponents, I'm assuming. And then what the fuck is after that? They're going to have to do like a coin flip in Friday Night Lights or something to see who gets in. Like,
that's definitely wild. In there as one of the things. I think it won't get to that, obviously, but it's ridiculous. They need divisions or something. Like anything. They can't have just 16 teams. And the Big Ten is even worse. Yeah.
So is Big 12. Big 12's like wide open right now too. All these guys are like, if this guy loses, this team wins, then they have a shot to get in. I'm like, what the fuck? They have 3 losses. How the fuck do they even have a shot in getting in this? It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. Something. And the playoff is awesome. I love it. But
I love that.
One little hiccup here is these huge conferences with no real play-in type thing. So
one thing I'm going to be pissed about is if people bitch that their team didn't get in, they're like 13, 14, or 15, and it's just like, dude, you're even top 12. Like, I don't even want to fucking hear that shit.
Yeah, agreed.
But Michigan traveled to Indiana, and Indiana took a early lead, 17-3 at half, and then Michigan ended up coming back and made it a game. 20-15 it was, with Michigan had the ball too, and could have won the game. But I'm surprised Indiana kind of let off the gas pedal there. Of course, the 1 week I fucking take them because they're usually putting up 40, but the loss on that one, unfortunately. Clemson came in favorites by 6, traveling to Plattsburgh. Virginia taking on the Hokies. Clemson was down 7-0 at halftime, but ended up scoring 24 points in the second half for the win and the cover. And you won that one. I'm pretty sure you took Clemson.
Yeah, I did.
Colorado, the Buffs, hosting Texas Tech, which is a big Big 12 matchup. But Tech took an early lead, but Buffs offense turned it up. I mean, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are a really good duo. Shedeur Sanders throws for almost 300 yards and 3 TDs, and I'm thinking he's probably going to be the top quarterback in the draft coming into this season, don't you think?
Yeah, which I don't think he's going to be a good pro, but I don't know who else.
If you see this kid coming in and he's doing the shit he does in Colorado, so flashy and everything, and like such a big head, wouldn't you just be like, bro, like you're in the pros now, like this is a little different?
Yeah, 100%. He also I don't know. I think he has a little bit of that Caleb Williams. Like, he scrambles around a lot, and you're seeing how that's working out for him. Where, dude, you have to throw it
this weekend.
You got to throw it on time. You cannot be dancing around. And
no, you're playing against real fucking defenses now.
He's not athletic enough to get out of the pocket like against these guys and do crazy stuff.
I honestly wonder if the Giants will take him. Maybe in the boys if they fall down.
Oh, dude, the boys are a disaster. That's I've been like.
Then they hired Dion.
It's killing my vibe a little bit on just football in general. Oklahoma's so bad. The Cowboy season is over.
Yeah. Ugh. The biggest thing that's keeping me in, well, actually, me and my boy are in this DraftKings pool. I don't know if I mentioned it to you, but 1,600. Well, there's 1,666 people in it. $500 buy-in. And we're in 7th right now. So, it's you pick 5 teams a week in NFL. And, it's fucking, it's actually starting to get a little,
yeah, for sure. Who gets paid out? Just the number one person, or?
No, I think, the top 25, I think.
So what does 7th get you?
$12,000.
Oh, damn, really?
It's actually more than that, but we're tied with, 4 other fucking people right now. But the top dog gets $150,000.
Whew.
And then second's $75,000. Yeah, it's getting to the point where we're in it.
Yeah, damn.
So if you have any locks, let me know.
I don't want to. You do your thing. I'm not going to mess with that. I don't have any locks.
You don't have anything?
Not in the NFL. Everything's so sharp. I
know, it's tough.
It's tough to pick.
South Carolina took on Vandy. Honestly, I thought the Gamecocks matched up well versus Vandy. They could defend the run real well, and that's pretty much Vandy's main attack with Pavia at quarterback. Line was around 3, jumped up to 6.5, and we both ended up jumping on it. I thought it was just a huge swing, so I thought a little value was on Vandy, but they couldn't score. It was 28-7, I think, the final score, so tough one on that.
Yeah.
Took Arizona State and UCF under. That was me, and this just didn't even have a chance. These fucking guys from UCF, I think there was 20 seconds left. Arizona State punts the ball to them. This is halftime. And they get the ball at the 2. Instead of kneeling it or just sneaking it and just going into halftime, these guys throw it, and this idiot throws a pick 6. What the fuck are you? That is just such bad coaching. It's not even fun.
I mean,
what do you think is going to happen?
Was it actually 20 seconds left?
It was something it had to be 30 to 20 seconds, something like that. It was just
and
so dumb.
You don't have 65-yard field goals in college these kickers. Yeah. It's not Brandon Aubrey out
Patrick
there.
Mahomes at quarterback either. Nothing's going on.
That's stupid.
So bad pick on my part. No, but we didn't pick this one, but we should have. Fade State got blown out by Notre Dame 52-3, and the Fade State continues. That team is just so bad, it's crazy.
Yeah. What are they, 1-9?
Yeah. I know they only have one win. That's the one win we covered. We took them was against Cal. I even remember that. That's how bad they are.
Nice.
Bama went to Death Valley, night game, and behind Milroe, domination. Milroe rushed for 185 yards and 4 touchdowns, and I was all over Bama on that one. That was nice.
Is there a more hateable coach than Brian Kelly?
If he didn't used to coach at Notre Dame, I'd probably hate him more, but he's up there for sure.
Dude, I don't like Notre Dame, so that it just adds fuel to the fire. I think he's such an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, they just have no fucking defenses. Like, they're, been playing all right, but they really haven't, played too much of competition. Like, they beat Ole Miss, but they should have lost that game. But other games, they're playing good teams. They're getting killed.
Yeah. LSU USC, the opening game.
Yeah, and they lost that one.
And they're not a good team either.
No. Penn State throttled Washington. Honestly, I thought this was a tough one for Huskies walking into the whiteout game in Happy Valley. I mean, I just didn't think they stood a chance, but Penn State beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, I took Washington. I thought it was going to be like an adrenaline dump from the week before when Penn State played Ohio State.
Yeah, a little down spot.
But didn't work out that way. They were kind of fired up. But it should know now, Penn State usually wins the games they're supposed to win, and they never win the big game.
Very true. Very true. Late night, Holy War, BYU at the Utes. Turned out to be a late night thriller. I think this game ended at fucking 2 a.m.
I didn't watch, but I heard there was a bunch of controversy over calls and stuff.
Yeah, so I actually fell asleep and I woke up right when this happened, but BYU was down 2 with 2 minutes left, whatever, and I think they were at their own 5-yard line, 4th down. Guy gets sacked and they called a defensive hold, and it really was a defensive hold, so I can't really argue it too much. But then they got the first for the automatic first down for that. Then they drove down the field and got the game-winning field goal. But we were still able to cover that one. All right. Heading into the Week 12 Premier matchups. Honestly, not really the greatest week again.
No, not a good slate, but it's okay.
Nah, there's a couple good ones, but yeah. But Friday Night Lights, UCLA at Washington. Washington laying 3.5, over under 46.5, 9 p.m. start. Honestly, should be a good game. UCLA has been playing very well lately, but Washington coming off that blowout loss to Penn State, little get-right spot for Washington. I honestly think the Washington Huskies are a better team at home, and really looking for the bounce back. But, I'm going to stay away right now. But if there was a lean, I'd probably lean towards UCLA right now. But Washington I like. I think they got a good defense, and their run game and their quarterback aren't too bad. But you got anything in this one?
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington. Back home, 3.5. It's really like a coin flip on a neutral field. I think they're a little bit more competitive than UCLA. Should be a tight one, but
should be.
Maybe a little bounce
I kind of
back.
might hop on the Huskies too. I kind of like them too. Fuck. All right, we'll see what happens.
Kent State is playing right now. I didn't take
know
anything,
they're struggling to cover right now. They're 30-point dogs.
They're probably not going to cover, or they probably are going to cover rather.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did cover.
27.
I would have taken them too if I knew they were playing tonight.
You would have taken them?
Kent State? Oh, I would have.
Yeah.
I would have faded them rather.
Well, they covered.
And they did cover, yeah. So I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah. Clemson at Pitt. So a nice ACC matchup. Clemson laying 10, over under 54.5, 12 p.m. start. Not sure the quarterback status. Eli Holstein for Pitt. Narduzzi, the coach of Pittsburgh, this is his exact quote. He thinks Holstein's feeling better, but he likes to keep injuries silent around the media. So, this is what I'm talking about. How the fuck Are we supposed to handicap these fucking games? I don't know what the status is of these fucking kids.
They're supposed to start, like, in the SEC at least, I know they have mandatory injury reports and stuff. That'll trickle down to the rest of the leagues, I'm sure.
Like, you have to. It's just like, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
Yeah. I don't care either which way. Both teams are 7-2, but a very different 7-2. I know Clemson had that stinker against Louisville, but I just think they're a much better team, so I'm going to take them minus
I'm probably going to take Clemson, too. I like them. 10 points is a lot at Pitt, but like Clemson honestly wants to stay in the playoff hunt too. Yeah. And Pitt's been playing like shit the last few weeks. They've just not looked like the same team.
Yep.
Utah at Colorado. Buffs coming in as 10-point favorites over under 47.5. So this is a 12 p.m. start on the East Coast, so that would be a 10 a.m. start over there. A little weird. But I'm done. I'm going to stick to my old ride Colorado, and I'm taking them here. I just think they're on a 3-game win streak. They have the Big 12 championship in their sight. Also, Utah coming off a heartbreaker to BYU, and that was pretty much the biggest game of their season. A lot of emotion to that game. Only argument I could see for Utah is they have a good run game and might control the time of possession, might keep the ball out of the Shedeur Sanders' hands, but I just think this is a better spot for Colorado here, so I'm going to take the Buffs minus 10.
Yeah, I'm usually a Colorado hater, but I agree. I'm going to take them minus 10 as well. I just think that Holy War took a lot out of Utah, and Colorado has a lot to play for now. They're in the playoff hunt. They're in the Big 12 championship hunt. They got Shedeur doing his thing, and Travis Hunter like competing for the Heisman. So
yeah,
I think they'll stay
a lot
sharp.
more on the line for them for sure.
Way more to play for.
Utah's going for a bowl. I think they're 500, maybe like they're something like that around like there. That. But like also, who the hell's thinking? Yeah, let's win to go get a shitty bowl.
No one cares.
Like
the only
I wouldn't even give a
bowl
fuck.
Is like I'm hoping Oklahoma somehow gets a bowl, which is unlikely. But I think there's a way. There's like some 5 and 7 teams that actually do get a bowl, but you get more practices. You get like an extra 8-9 practices.
Yeah, I can see that if you're like a younger team, you get the younger guys in, see what they got, and take a look at that. Maybe a little roll into the next season. I get that.
Yeah.
SEC matchup, LSU traveling to Gainesville, Florida, taking on the Gators. LSU coming in as 4.5-point favorites, over under 54.5, 3:30 p.m. start. Again, don't know the status of DJ Lagway yet. He didn't play last week, and they got absolutely rolled by Texas. If Lagway plays, I'd probably take the Gators here. I've been down on LSU. I don't think they're that good of a team. But if he doesn't play, then all bets are off. I'm not sure what I would do here.
Yeah, I'm staying away. I'm all over the place. Part of me thinks LSU, part of me thinks Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like this game really means much, but
yeah.
Tennessee at Georgia, so definitely the premier matchup this week. Georgia coming in as 10-point favorites, over under 48.5, night game. You got anything here?
I'm going to take Georgia on a bounce back.
Man. I get the argument for Georgia. It's just...
They need this bad. Like, if they lose one more, they're probably out.
Yeah, that's very true. They're definitely out. If they lose, 3 losses, they're fucked. But 10 points coming off that loss to Ole Miss where they looked like absolute shit. And now the only thing is Tennessee's offense sucks and Georgia's defense isn't bad. But Tennessee's defense is one of the top ones in the nation. Granted, they haven't played a lot of tough teams this year. They played a somewhat easy schedule. I think they played against Kent State. So, Nico traveling to Georgia, night game will be tough for him.
That's what I'm saying. The environment, like on the road, SEC, I don't know. So they're Kirby Smart, should be.
Yeah, nice bounce back game for them.
But do your thing.
I'm probably gonna take the Vols. I'm not gonna lie. 10 points.
Yeah,
I think is a lot.
I don't. It's not a bad play. Could be a coin flip game. So in that circumstance, take the 10 points. I don't know. Something tells me Georgia bounces back.
All right, we'll see.
Yeah.
Kansas at BYU. BYU laying 3 over under 55.5. Another night one, 10:15 p.m. Eastern start. Another close line for BYU. And they're squeaking these W's out. Not covering them all, but definitely getting all these wins. But Kansas has been playing a lot better football now, getting the offense going. Jalen Daniels looking a lot better. Devin Neal, the running back, been on a tear. And I'm just thinking BYU's got to slip one of these games. Redcliffe hasn't been looking as good, the Jewish quarterback that plays for BYU somehow. But they just are definitely one of the luckiest teams in college football so far. And I think the Jayhawks coming into this, it's very tough to play in Provo, no doubt. But this line seems a little too fishy, too. They're practically begging you to take BYU.
Exactly.
And I got to take the Jayhawks here.
I'm on Kansas, too, for everything you just laid out. It's so fishy.
Coming off that big win against Iowa State, too, for Kansas, they're just playing a lot better ball. I can't get off that.
Yep.
So that's it for the premier matchups. Like I said, not many great games this week, but we'll rattle off some other ones if you have anything. But I don't have any concrete plays. I wrote down a couple other ones we could talk about. But
I definitely want Navy.
Ooh, I want that too.
7.
I'm taking it.
You love the Service Academies getting points, so why not?
Yeah, it was just Veterans Day, man. They're playing for something.
That's true. I also like Illinois minus 2.5 against Michigan State.
Michigan State, yeah. What about this Nebraska at USC? USC's minus 9.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably Nebraska. I think I'll take Nebraska plus 9 there.
That's a lot. Man, Nebraska got an alright defense, but I just don't know if their offense is going to show up.
Who's the quarterback now for USC? Are they still
I think it's still Miller Moss.
Is it?
I thought so, but I could be wrong.
I guess it is, yeah.
They play last week? Or 2 weeks ago? I think
did.
they might have a bye last week. No, yeah, they're coming off a bye, too. Oh, this is scary. Wait. Dead air.
I'm just looking up to see if Miller Moss was replaced. I thought I saw that somewhere, but maybe not. Yeah, they are. Change of quarterback. Really? Yep, replacing Miller Moss with UNLV transfer Jaden Maeva.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. Lincoln Riley usually gets the best out of any quarterback. No film really on this guy from Nebraska, but it's his first game. I don't know. I feel like Nebraska, give me 9 points.
All right. So Arizona State's at Kansas State. Kansas State's minus 9, but I'm probably going to take Arizona State in this one. It kind of depends if the running back plays. He didn't play last week. They ended up getting the win, but if he plays this week, Scadaboo, he's a tough runner.
Yeah,
and I think this Arizona State team is actually pretty good. They've been beating a lot of good teams lately, so I'm going to take them. I think 9 points is a lot.
What do you think for Rutgers? Plus 5.5 against Maryland. I have Maryland.
I mean, Maryland's coming off loss against Oregon. They covered. It was away. Now they're traveling all the way back to the East Coast. Rutgers doesn't have that far of a travel. Was it like a 3.5 hour bus ride?
Yeah.
And Rutgers been playing better, obviously. They beat Minnesota last week, so they definitely have the potential. I think they could cover, even win this one, but yeah, obviously stay away from me. It's tough to get a read on this Rutgers team and what's going to show up, to be honest. You taking Rutgers?
I'm not. I'm taking South Carolina minus 13.5 though against Missouri.
Ooh. I kind of like that one too. I wonder if Brady Cook's out again, because if he is, I'm probably going to hop on.
I don't think we're going to know until later, but
yeah. Because honestly, dude, Drew Pine, I know he actually did. He played all right last week against Oklahoma, but he is fucking atrocious.
Yeah, no, he sucks. I'm also going to take Oregon minus 14. And I'm going to take San Diego State plus 21 against UNLV.
Why you like them?
I was more against UNLV. I feel like they were playing well to start the season and then have like slipped a little bit. They won by 2 against Hawaii on the island. I don't know, they lost to Syracuse, obviously. Had a close game with Utah State. Like, I just don't think that they're as good as I thought they were originally.
Yeah, so they came out that Brady Cook is probably doubtful, quarterback from Missouri, so I'm probably going to hop on South Carolina too.
You know who else that's like totally slipped under my radar? SMU.
Yeah, dude, they're good.
They're
in the hunt.
They are in the hunt, and they play Boston College. Shout out John.
Oh, jeez, we gotta get his.
Yeah, he's probably
his 2 cents in on that one.
19.5 is a lot, but they are on the road. But SMU.
Did he go to BC, or is he just like a fan of them?
No, he went to it.
He did.
Yeah.
That's a good school.
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
Holy shit, dude! It's 19.5. I'm not touching that. That's a lot of points. Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, you got anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Well, next week, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty coming up. And, of course, they want to schedule this fucking...
big noon kickoff.
Yeah, unbelievable. I can't take this shit. It's all about ratings, too. They're like, oh, we get the most viewers at 12. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
This is the premier matchup. Put it at fucking night so I can watch it. I'll probably still end up watching it, but still. Yeah. Indiana at Ohio State. I mean, that's the biggest game of the year so far. Like, number 2 versus 5.
There was a post I saw where it was like, they announced a noon kickoff, and someone commented under it with a picture of like Ohio State at night, where it's like all red and the lights go crazy in the stadium, and the comment was like, the stadium can do this, right? It's pretty funny.
The one game I have my eye on, too, is Colorado's at Kansas. So I'll have my eye on that one because I like Kansas in that one to get a win and kind of ruin their hopes. But other than that, Alabama at Oklahoma, that's a big one.
No, it's not. That's a drubbing.
I actually might go to this game, Illinois at Rutgers. So hopefully it's a 12 p.m. game, yeah. Couple boys from school are going.
Some Raiders.
Your Scarlet Raiders.
Have you watched any Rutgers college basketball?
No.
Yeah.
You
will get into them eventually, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, Ace Bailey's actually hurt right now.
Yeah, but
I don't know how long he's out
what's his
for,
name
but
is balling a little bit.
Yeah, Dylan Harper.
Yeah, Harper.
Yeah, he's good. I mean, they're actually...
They should be good.
They're like a brand new squad. So it's going to be interesting to watch.
Yeah,
but
one and done, though. It's okay.
Yeah. But they got 2 transfers. One kid is from Colonia, and he played at Merrimack last year and was like the conference player of the year, whatever conference they're in. I don't even know. And then they got a guy from Princeton that came in who's not bad. So it'll be interesting to see. They don't have a bad squad.
Yeah, they can make some noise. Sweet 16, Elite 8.
We get 2 top 5 guys in a recruiting class. Why can't the football team do that shit?
I don't know. Not a football school.
Sad. Turn into a basketball school. Where are we? We're a college basketball school, or are we just like a all-girls school?
I think we're all like obscure sports school.
Sad. I mean, the rack does get pretty bumping for the basketball games. I don't know if you've gone, but when they were good, it gets pretty bumping.
Yeah.
All right, anything else?
That's it.
All right. Subscribe, unsubscribe, subscribe again. Give a like, leave a comment. It's all very much appreciated.
How many more episodes we got?
Well, we got to discuss how we're going to do college football and the bowls and how that we're going to do that. But
yeah,
only
I think
a few
we do
more.
Something for the playoff for sure. And maybe like I don't know about the bowls as much, but
and then for the Army Navy game,
talk about the bowls because you don't know who's playing. It's like complete different overhauls.
Yeah, very tough to cap for sure.
Yeah.
Well, when is the first week of that? I don't even know.
The playoff?
Yeah.
Well, I guess we've got next
starts
week,
the 20th.
We've got 3 regular season weeks, then the conference champions, and then so we probably have like 5 more episodes at least.
Damn. More than halfway done.
Yeah.
It's been a ride.
Reboot next season.
Yeah.
Revamp.
Oh, yeah.
Some graphics. We'll take it to the next level. It's been fun, though.
Yeah. Little sound bites in there. I don't know how to do that, but I try to learn.
All right, man.
All right. See you guys next week. Let's have a week. Get her done. See ya.